So in November, during the fourth Republican debate, Donald Trump was asked if he was sympathetic to protesters who were demanding a $15 minimum wage. In fact, outside of the arena where the debate was happening, there was a protest going on where people were calling for a living wage. And Trump's response was, no. No, I don't sympathize with them. Kind of a classic Donald Trump asshole response. So he said the following, quote, I can't be. Taxes too high, wages too high. We're not going to be able to compete against the world. I hate to say it, but we have to leave the minimum wage the way it is. People have to go out, they have to work really hard, and have to get into that upper stratum. But we cannot do this if we are going to compete with the rest of the world. We just can't do it. So that's what he said. Not only did he say it at the debate, he also doubled down, I believe it was on Morning Joe on MSNBC. He did a variety of interviews, as he always does. And in every interview, he's like, did I stutter? No, I said that we need to compete with the rest of the world, and that means, at one time he even said, lower the minimum wage. Here he's saying we're going to have to keep it where it is, but there were times where he said, lower it. So, he's on the record. You know, we have these things called, we have this thing called the internet, and we have these things called videotapes. So, Donald, you're caught. Now, a contradiction never stopped Donald Trump before. So look at what he did when he was called out for this. Bernie Sanders took this comment and just started swinging with a sledgehammer. He went on the offense, and he repeatedly called Trump out for it, and he slammed him on the Sunday shows and in tweets and in every conceivable way. And what happened next? Trump said, ooh, did I say lower wages? Did I say that, you know, we need to try to compete with Bangladesh and places like that in order to drive down wages here so that the captains of industry get richer and you screw over the poor and the middle class? Did I say that? Did I imply that? I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. And Trump tweeted, quote, wages in our country are too low. Good jobs are too few, and people have lost faith in our leaders. We need smart and strong leadership now. Totally flipped. Totally flipped. Now, this is a flip-flop that we can all believe in, and we can all be happy about. Do I believe Donald Trump that if he were to get elected, he all of a sudden would care about raising wages? No. But is it a good thing either way that you have somebody like Bernie Sanders who's strong and aggressive and on point when it comes to the issues, to the point where he gets everybody else on the record and he drags them to the left? And in reality, in U.S. politics, that's simply dragging them back to sanity, because our spectrum overall is so far right that basically this is like an episode of The Twilight Zone, and Bernie Sanders is the only sane guy left in American politics. But this is what strength does. This is what confidence does. This is what going on the offense does. And this is why, when you look at a guy like Bernie Sanders, or you look at a guy like Alan Grayson, or you look at somebody like Elizabeth Warren, this is why they are overwhelmingly successful in a Democratic Party that has been known for buckling and being weak and getting their asses handed to them in recent elections. People forget, in the last election, the last midterm elections, the Democrats got absolutely destroyed. And you know what one of the only positive stories was? Alan Grayson not only won, he won by double digits. Why? Because he was one of the few liberals who said, yeah, fuck off, I'm liberal. Did I stutter? Did I say something wrong? No, I'm telling you I'm liberal. Here are the things I believe in. I want healthcare for everybody. I want to raise the minimum wage. I don't like corporate money. I don't like Wall Street money. My opponents take Wall Street money. They're sellouts. They're bad people. I'm the good one. And everybody went, yeah, I'm going to vote for that guy. Bernie Sanders is effectively doing the same thing here. He's like, here are the issues that I care about. This person said that. That's wrong. That's stupid. That's dumb. And even Donald Trump, who's known for his charisma and confidence and bravado and arrogance and cockiness, if we want to call it what it is, even he is like, I think you've outstrengthed me. I think you've become more tough than me, and now I must concede. Did I say wages too low? No. My opponent keeps repeating that and calling me out. So what I meant was, we need to make wages higher, not make them lower. So again, I don't believe Donald Trump that he'd actually do that if he were elected. But either way, it's a good thing to have somebody in the race who pulls everybody to the left. And in the case of Bernie Sanders, he actually believes in it, and he has a record of fighting for it. And this is why his campaign, though there were a big money fundraising disadvantages and celebrity status disadvantages, even with all those things against him, he's still hanging in there, and his movement is still growing, and there's a real grassroots effort to get him elected because people believe him. And they're right to believe him, and Bernie needs to keep going with this strategy, because if he continues to be strong and confident and double down and call out bullshit where he sees it, people are going to continue to flock to him, and he's going to expose a guy like Donald Trump as the clown that he is. I said it before, I'll say it again, the hardest race that Bernie has in this election is the primary against Hillary. Because she has higher name recognition, she's already a celebrity, she's the default position for a lot of loyalist Democrats. But if he were to get through the primary, I think he would destroy any Republican in a general. The establishment media won't tell you this, and because they don't think this, because they don't know, but I think he would own any Republican in a general election.